Hey guys, what's up? This is Alex Duque, and welcome back to yet another cool yet simple tutorial with our little simple primitives, because they're awesome. Primitives are great to explain stuff. Okay, so today we're talking about light linking. This is going to be a quick tutorial, very simple, very straightforward. And since I like primitives to explain things, let me just go ahead and make a sphere and select this polyplane here, and I'm just going to put the polyplane underneath like so. And if you can hear trance music in the background, it's because that's what I'm listening to. That's why I'm excited today. Actually, I'm sick. I'm just putting that music so that I don't feel so blah. Okay, so there we go. Simple stuff. Sphere and a plane. And I'm also going to make a light. And it can be any light. I'm just going to make a, I don't know. Actually, I'm going to make a directional light. Or, yeah, I'm going to make a directional light. And just so you can actually see, or you know what? No. Or like a spotlight. There we go. Cool looking spotlight right there. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. I'm going to give it some ray trace shadows. And I'm not going to change any of those values because you already know how to change them. Just going to make a little render here. I'll change my render setting size like so. And just for the sake of explanation, and I'm actually going to change the background of the camera, and that is so that when I do the light linking, you'll see white on the background, and it's just going to be a little bit more explanatory, so you know where the plane is and where the sphere is. Right, so I hope you don't get confused here. Everything that's white is just like alpha, it's like transparent. And right now I just want to talk about this. So whatever you see black is not going to be linked, and whatever is lit is lit. So I hope you don't get confused here, but let's see how it goes. Okay, so you know what? I'm also gonna make myself a camera. Make sure selected. Alrighty, and I'm gonna have to change the background color for this camera. I'm gonna make it like an annoying color. I hope that's annoying enough for you. Alright, so light linking. This is what happens. There's something in Maya that you can do which is called light linking. What it does is that it links a light to an object or a series of objects. By default, a light will be linked to every object on your scene. However, you can, like I said, manually link them and unlink them. So like if you had a character walking on the foreground and you only want light hitting that character and nothing else, just to give it a little bit of fill, maybe like, you know, a little extra so it pops from the background, then light linking would be one solution for that. The question is, how do I link? Well, it's simple. All you need to do is go Window, Relationship Editors, Light Linking. You have two options, light centric or object centric. I'm going to do light centric here, and this brings up something that I always say to my students: name everything. Well, you know, in this case, there's only like 3 objects, so it's simple. You know which one's which. There's a plane, and there's a sphere, and there's a spotlight, so it's pretty obvious. But in the case of 100 objects, then you'll be trying to select P-plane 432, and you will have no clue what P-plane 432 is. If everything's named and organized, then this process will be a little bit quicker. Anyway, so I'm not going to name them because I only have 3. So this is a default render, and that's how it comes out. If I were to unlink the light from the sphere here, you have the spotlight and everything becomes highlighted, so you can just uncheck it. But now that spotlight is lighting only the floor, and you can see that there's no shadows coming off from the sphere. It's only the light that's hitting the actual object. And vice versa, I can link it to the plane instead, to the sphere, and unlink it to the plane. And you know, if you had another light source, let's make an ambient light. So by default, this ambient light is linked to everything on the scene. So if I unlink it, for example, from the sphere, it's going to be only linked to the plane. But although both are lit, the one that's casting shadows, which is that spotlight, is not casting shadows on the floor because the spotlight is not linked to the floor. It's only linked to the sphere. So if there's any shadows, it will be only the shadows that the sphere casts onto itself. Alright, but the process, as you can see, is very straightforward. You just select the light, you select the object, and you realize the names, and then you come here into the relationship editors and you select your light, and you'll see whatever's highlighted, and voila. Now you can also, as far as light linking goes, let me link this to everything and that one to everything. This would be the render right now. I got a little reflective fong or blend on that sphere. If I wanted to, I can select the spotlight, and instead of linking it or unlinking it from the object, I can do it to the actual shading group. So it's gonna unlink that to anything that's on that shading group. So let me unlink the ambient light from that shading group as well, and then that is not lit by anything right now. It's only reflecting. So that's pretty much it. So if I select this guy and unlink it from there, then you got yourself that. And if I do completely unlink everything from everything, then now there's absolutely no light on the scene, and the only thing that you see there is the reflections of my environment. But if I want to get rid of that, I can just assign this guy there. You can see how it's linked because it's actually linked to the shading group. Okay, everything's unlinked. Yay! So we get black. Alright, so that's light linking at its very foundation. I hope you understood the tutorial. It's just point and click, really. So till next time. Bye. Bye-bye.